Yeah, I had this friend who had a marijuana card, and he could smoke it legally, but every time I seen him, fucking guy, he was at a bar drunk out of his mind, smoking weed. So
You can't smoke in the bar.
no, he wasn't smoke weed in the bar, but he'd be at the bar not only like high, he'd be drunk. Like he'd be a combination with his head, like twitching, and
My
eyes
cousin
sagging.
is the biggest weed smoker I know. I love that boy. But he came up to my house one day and showed me his medical marijuana card. And I said, I've seen everything. What the fuck what kind of medical condition you have? I've known you all your life. There's nothing wrong with you. You're my size, my weight. You're physically healthy. What the fuck? I got in a car accident. I've had chronic back pain. I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
what are you
you've
talking
had
about?
chronic.
I think you ran
back
into a
pain.
pole on purpose so you can get your medical marijuana card.
Well, and that's one of the things that cracks me up about that is the long-term effects of marijuana smoking is severe depression. So
Is it?
you could have
Yeah.
been smoking for 7 years before the cards came out,
Wow.
and now you're clinically depressed because you've been smoking so much fucking weed, and now you go into the doctor and go, here, exacerbate my problem.
wow. So how
That's
long
a
were
big
you
word.
smoking weed?
I smoked weed for
He knows it down
about
to the
12
minute.
years.
12 years, right?
Yeah.
So there's
Every day.
every day.
Not when you
I
first
would
started,
say
right?
I would say about 10 years every day.
Wow. So just like anything in life, all that good stuff came with a price.
Exactly.
Wow.
And now that I do not smoke anymore, my mood has changed. You
Yeah,
know,
he's
I'm
a
not-
different man.
It took a while, though.
Oh yeah, it's been a year and a half now, but
Yeah.
I can already see the difference in my life and
Yeah.
how things have changed. It's like my grandfather says, he went through World War II flashbacks, and he calls people pussies who need medication to get over their post-traumatic stress disorder. It's
Wow.
like the people who are still hooked on that shit is because they're mentally fucking weak. That's all it is.
Well, I mean, it could be a number of stuff, but could you imagine seeing your buddy's arm or his head get blown off? That's pretty fucking traumatic as far as wars
My grandfather
go.
has gone through that.
Has
Right.
he ever gone to therapy or talked about it or anything? Or is
No.
he just one of those old school, grizzled, salty dogs?
Yeah.
That just is like, you know what happened to me. I can't change it, but I'm not going to relive it every day.
Right.
Exactly.
It's not going to be front of mind every time I look at a war movie. Can he watch a war movie?
Yeah.
No.
See,
Wow.
Because
Yeah, you see, some
and
people
it's
are
not
tough, but-
because he can't watch a war movie. It's because everything in there is so fucking fake.
Right.
It's
so
like it
he's,
doesn't even compare. He's like,
He had front row seats to something just beyond any of our imaginations. I mean,
Exactly.
it's like kids or anybody that watches movies these days in Hollywood. I mean, you see someone's head get blown off, it doesn't faze you. We've grown callous to shit like that. Could you imagine seeing that for the first time in like 1950? Anything to that effect? That
No.
would really have shocked the viewer. I mean,
Yeah.
War of the Worlds came out and. Everybody ran out of the theater with that stupid movie just because they actually thought aliens were landing in our backyards. Could you imagine how long we've come? When
I don't think we've come that far, man. I think people are
We've-
still influenced
They still
by
are,
art
but-
and media.
definitely.
yeah, but we're a little
You know?
callous to it because when
Yeah,
when
that's true.
film first came out, I remember seeing this Chinese film where they were talking about the first Chinese filmmaker, and it's 1903. He made a black and white film, and when he filmed the train coming, directly at the audience, everybody jumped out of the fucking way, like if it was really going to come out of the screen. And
Yeah.
that made me laugh, but that just goes to show.
I think
like
there
that,
is
how
some
things
desens-
change.
desensitization, if that's a word. I mean, I've seen, we all remember Faces of Death growing up in the
Yep.
80s, and then I've watched, all the slasher flicks now, and then I've seen some real shit go down on the news or on film, and you can't tell the difference now.
No, not really.
You can't. And talk about like how lucky we have it now. I mean, I wouldn't want to live in any other time in history, to tell you the truth, because it's unbelievable.
We've arrived right at the
the
perfect time.
opportunities and the benefits we have now of living in our society. But I'm all about the porn. I used to have to like search for tapes, sneak into my grandpa's garage, look at Playboys. Now all you do is a couple clicks of the mouse, you get free porn. You don't have to search for it. I think that's why all these sex tapes are coming out. These celebrities know that porn, like sex on film, isn't as a taboo as it used to be.
No,
it's not. You know,
no, not at
people
all.
are getting famous off sex tapes.
Well, they're getting famous off sex tapes, but you know the average porn star, the residuals that come in, their income, it's dropped all the way down to 40% or 30% from what it used to be because of the internet. I mean, if you were a porn star back in the 70s, that was like when Deep Throat. I saw a documentary on Deep Throat, and I saw
that one too.
They were trying to ban it everywhere. In fact, they were even arresting people inside of theaters watching porn because that was the only way. That was the only conduit was theaters. You couldn't click on the internet, or there were no magazines.
Well, I was
like
watching like an NBC Dateline piece on that.
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, and they were talking about it.
How the internet has killed the porn industry.
Exactly.
Right.
And you make a film, and all of a sudden, the next day it's on the internet.
Right.
Isn't that though? I mean, that's identity theft too. It's really never someone digging in your trash can or stealing your passport out of a copy machine that's jacking you for your identity. It's always someone working at the bank or at the store or inside the film, company. It's always someone leaking. It's always someone leaking the film
They have
or stealing your
gonorrhea.
identity. It's crazy though. Like just now we were talking about the boxing match, the Manny Pacquiao Miguel Cotto fight.
No.
Right after the fight, it's on the internet.
Yeah, it is.
I don't have to pay $50 to watch that bullshit.
Yeah, just tell your
now
friends.
You have HD on the internet. And he's like, shit, I have a 20-inch monitor. I can watch this HD fight for free.
For free. All you got to do is lock the door, shut the phones off, wait till the phone's off, and pretend you're watching it for the first time. It's as simple as that. As far as pornography, it's always funny, man. Savvy killed me, man, with one of these one-liners. He always said, why is it that you do one sex film and you're a porn star? You're immediately, you're a porn star. There's guys out there that have been in 20 movies and they're still not a star.
It goes to my first love, or no, maybe my third love after my daughter and my wife. Reality television.
Oh, your third love.
A person goes on one reality show and they're a reality star.
Yeah.
You're not a star.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is a star.
Yeah, you're more like
Kobe Bryant's a star.
You're more like a fucking nebula.
No, you're a celebrity.
Yeah.
Okay, you're famous. People know you.
Celebrity is somebody people celebrate. Yeah, that might be the right term.
People know you're famous. Yeah. You're a famous person. People more than your family in your town knows.
You're recognized.
You
there's people that recognize you.
I like that even better.
Yeah,
you're recognizable.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're semi-famous.
Star.
Just like right now, I have a semi-boner.
Yeah, that's how they used to rate pornography. Like when I was a teenager, there's 5 stars. They'd go, 3. This film was a 3.5 star.
Do you remember the famous porn stars back in our day?
Of course, there was Holmes who died of AIDS, right?
That was before us, though.
Yeah, it was a little before us.
Tracy Lord,
Gina Lynn.
Lords. I remember
Tracy
Christy
Lords.
Canyon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember Ron Jeremy, Peter North.
Peter North. That guy's still fucking famous, man, because he's a squirter.
What? Oh yeah, well
I'm saying he's always been known for spraying a half a dozen eggs on some egg whites.
I heard some crazy shit about porn stars. You mentioned that their salaries have dropped 40%. What they do now is they go to strip clubs, at least the females.
Yep.
They go to strip clubs.
Jesse
they do
Jane.
live shows, and they make some money like that. But then I heard there's this secret black book or this list that
Heidi
you
Fleiss.
can rent. Or you can rent a porn star, a famous porn star.
Yeah, that
for
does exist.
6 figures a night.
Damn.
And that's how they supplement
6
their
figures.
income nowadays.
6 figures.
6 figures.
No,
it
you don't-
depends on the porn star.
I've heard of them still doing it for $5,000 a night. I mean, because that's
way.
still pretty lucrative, man. Come on, go get some guy off,
But I heard there's this list, man. It's some
But,
secret shit.
6
Maybe
figures?
it's 50 G's, but it's expensive.
Yeah.
Well, I
You
know,
do
but
a couple of those a year.
They're
they're set. They're set more than what we're gonna make in a fucking lifetime.